As troubles and frustrations with Florida's unemployment benefits system continue, state lawmakers are now calling for a special session to deal with this crisis. On your side's David Jones spoke with two state lawmakers tonight, both calling for the legislature to reconvene.
At the end of the day, our constituents want answers, and they want these dollars and cents that they've worked for.
Representatives Tracy Davis of Jacksonville and Margaret Good of Sarasota, two Democratic state lawmakers joining the chorus of calls for the legislature to return for a special session to address, among other topics, problems with Florida's unemployment system.
We have to find a solution. So that results in an investigation. We want to call for a special session. I am very supportive of a special session.
This system was designed to make it hard to get unemployment benefits, which is wrong, and it should never have been designed that way. But here we are in a place where we've got millions of people out of work, millions of people that need unemployment benefits, and the system can't handle it.
Both Good and Davis say it hasn't been easy for them to get information from the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity.
The communication is non-existent. We do realize that we've had new leadership put in place. I want to give that person the opportunity to correct that issue.
They aren't the only ones having transparency issues from FDEO. We've been asking the department questions for days, like, will benefits be paid retroactively for those who missed deadlines because of the system? How many paper applications have been received, and how are those being handled? What about all the applications that are still stuck on pending? So far, no answers from FDEO. David Jones, First Coast News, on your side.